Anne-Marie was a chemical engineering student. She was known for being clever and stubborn and was always surrounded by her friends. She loved outdoor sports, particularly skiing. She was buried in her school team ski jacket, and her teammates from the university downhill ski team wore patches with her initials on their uniforms after her death. Today she would have been 54 years old. We remember.
Maud Haviernik was a second-year student in metallurgical engineering and a graduate in environmental design from the Université du Québec à Montreal. She was described as a go-getter who gave any pursuit she took on her all. Her mantra was, if you feel like going all the way, well, just do it. Today, Maud would have been 62 years old. We remember.
Helene Colgan was in her final year of mechanical engineering and planned to continue her education to do her master's degree. She had so much ambition and hope for her future. She had 3 job offers and was leaning toward accepting one from a company based near Toronto. Helene planned to take a 2-week vacation with her friends, including Natalie Croteau, at the end of the month. Today, Helene would have been 56 years old. We remember.
Barbara Daigneault aurait obtenu son diplôme à la fin de l'année. Elle a été assistante d'enseignant pour son père, Pierre Daigneault, professeur de génie mécanique à l'Université du Québec à Montréal. Barbara aurait été 55 ans. We remember.
Annie was a mechanical engineering student from Latude, Quebec, a Laurentian pulp and paper town in the upper St. Maurice River Valley. She lived in a small apartment in Montreal. She was killed as she sat listening to a presentation in her last class before graduation. She had a job interview with Alcan Aluminum scheduled for the following day. She had talked about eventually getting married to the man who had been her boyfriend since she was a teenager. Today, Annie would have been 56 years old. We remember.
Anne-Marie Lemay was in 4th year mechanical engineering, which she chose to study in large part because of a close friend who lost the use of his legs. She visited him weekly to help with his rehabilitation, and she realized the importance of mechanical devices. She was known for her ability to connect with people. She was very sociable and played in a band. She was organized and studious. Today, Anne-Marie would be 55 years old. We remember.
Barbara Kluznik-Widowich was a first-year nursing student. In 1986, she and her husband fled Poland after the country was put under martial law. Barbara's aunt sponsored them to come to Quebec. Barbara was a whiz, studying engineering, economics, and food logistics. She spoke 5 languages, read a lot, and wasn't shy about sharing what she read. And she loved to help people. Barbara would be 64 years old today. We remember.
Sonia Pelche was the head of her class and pride of her hometown in the Gaspé Peninsula. She had 5 sisters and 2 brothers. She was killed the day before she was to graduate, and with a degree in mechanical engineering, she had a job interview lined up for the following week. Today, Sonia would be 61 years old. We remember.
Maurice Lagunier was the only non-student killed. She worked in the engineering school's budget department. She had recently married and they were working on starting a family. Her husband said, "She was the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen in my life." Today, Maurice would be 58 years old. We remember.
Natalie was another graduating mechanical engineer. She was outgoing and enterprising with a passion for learning, particularly when it came to science. Natalie planned to take a 2-week vacation with her friends, including Helene Colgan, at the end of the month. She spent 23 years aimed at graduating with a degree. She was only 3 months away from getting it. Today, Natalie would have been 56 years old. Nós lembramos.
Geneviève Bergeron was a 2nd-year scholarship student in mechanical engineering. As a teenager, she helped future Montreal Mayor Jean Doré's campaign to win his first council seat. She played the clarinet and sang in a professional choir. In her spare time, she played basketball and swam. Today, Geneviève would be 54 years old. We remember.
Annie Tuckett was in her 1st year and lived with her brother in a small apartment near the university. She was gifted and her intelligence won her a Women in Science bursary to cover her studies. She was described as gentle and athletic, enjoying driving and swimming. She went into metallurgical engineering so she could one day help improve the environment. Today, Annie would be 53 years old. We remember.
Michelle Richard was in second year metallurgical engineering. She was a gentle woman, happy, brilliant, and beautiful. She lived every moment intensely. In the spring of 1990, her and her boyfriend planned to get engaged. They'd known each other for nearly 4 years. Michelle was presenting a group paper, and her boyfriend was in class with her during the presentation when she was shot and killed. Today, Michelle would be 54 years old. We remember.
My name is Peggy Junick. I'm a senior technologist in an electrical engineering firm. Maurice Leclerc was in 4th year of metallurgy. She had a year to go before graduation and was one of the top students in the school. She acted in plays in junior college. She was the first victim whose name was known, and she was found by her father, Montreal Police Lieutenant Pierre Leclerc. Today, Maurice would be 58 years old. We remember.